Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, your Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. My weekend was absolutely amazing. My birthday was on Friday, and our oldest daughter came up to spend time with us for my birthday and her birthday, which is today. So we had a lot of fun this weekend, got to spend time together, which was great, and we're really enjoying our visit. So anyway, I have today's Make It Monday project for you. Is a fantastic, fun, fabulous, fun fold. How about a slider card? And it's a special birthday card for my daughter. So I thought I would share how I made it with you, and let's get started, okay? So first off, when you look at it, it looks like a really cute and standard happy birthday card. Now, I love the card because the colors are amazing. I'm using the new Magenta Madness, and the little zany zebras are super adorable, aren't they? So, when you look at the front of the card, you'll see that it has this little flap that opens up, and I've put a note to say to pull the card. So let's see if I can get it to do what it's supposed to do. And it slides back and forth. So we've got, it's time to celebrate. You party animal. Isn't that cute? And then it just tucks underneath this beautiful little zebra on the front, and happy birthday. Alright, so here's what you're going to need for this project. Let me get all my supplies here. You're going to need a piece of, this is Magenta Madness, but you're going to need a card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5. This, of course, is our standard card base. And you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So we are making a standard card base to start with. Then you're going to need a piece of Whisper white cardstock that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. This, of course, is the inside panel of the card. And you can see I've already done the stamping because I think this video is going to take a minute and I don't want to make it too long for you, okay? So I've pre-done most of the stamping. Alright, so I used the regular Memento Tuxedo Black ink for the zebras. I used Smoky Slate ink for the shadows. I used Mango Melody for the beautiful little stars, which matches perfectly with the Magenta Madness for the sentiments. So those are the colors that I'm going to be using. And we can go ahead and just attach this inside the card, because the inside is basically a standard card. Now I'm using our brand new Stampin' Seal adhesive, and that cap sometimes sticks on there really good, so there's no worries about it falling off. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and run the adhesive across here. Now, one thing I want to mention is that this adhesive is really smooth. It is fantastic and easy to use. You don't want to bully or push it. You just want to glide it nice and easy, nice and easy across your paper. And as you can see from that little catch just a moment ago, it is a bit stronger than our old snail adhesive. So you're going to love it. All right. Now, for the outside, you're going to need a piece of Whisper White that measures 4 inches by 4 7/8 inches. Now, this looks a bit small, and that's because we need to make a track behind it. So our outside panel here will fit like it should, but this one had to be a little smaller. So that's going to go here. And then you'll have a piece of 2 inch by 5 1/4 inch Magenta Madness. This is going to be the front of the panel. And then this one is 1.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And this is actually going to sandwich the white piece. So it is the same height as the front, but you can see it leaves 1/4 of an inch on either side, and that's to allow the panel to slide all the way to the edge of our track here and cover up where the adhesive is on the panel, okay? That'll make more sense in just a minute, alright? But basically, we have our front piece and our back piece. They're going to sandwich together just like this, and this panel will slide in between them just like so, okay? So they'll kind of slide like that, alright? So there's those. And then you're also going to need a 2" by 6" of the same color. This is the pull mechanism, okay? So it's going to attach right here on the back of that panel, just like so. And then as we go, it's going to slide back and forth this way, okay? So we'll set that there. And then we need a piece of, oh, I didn't write this one down. Oh my goodness. We need a piece of 1 3/4" by 5" of Whisper White, and this is just to embellish the front here. And then I've got a couple of scraps that I've already pre-die cut using the Layering Circles die and the Stitched Shapes die. Goodness. And the Stitched Shapes one is about 2 3/8, and then the scalloped shape is 2 1/2. So that gives you an idea. And then we're just going to layer these together. So let's go ahead and get to it. First things first, I want to go ahead and stamp this piece. And now let me bring this back out so you can see I've done the 2 panels and assume them as 2 separate panels. So you can see that on one side I have, get it back on track here. There we go. On one half I have It's Time to Celebrate with the little zebra, and then on the other half I have You Party Animal under this zebra. So let me get my little zebras together here. Alright, here's 1 and 2. And I'm using the Memento Black ink for these ones. Here we go. And I want him to be up just a little bit because I want to make room for his little shadow to go underneath. Okay, so let's put that there and grab the other zebra, and we're going to put him up here. Very good. Now we can get rid of this so that I don't have an incident like I had yesterday. Yesterday I was making the project and I accidentally stamped my zebra in my Mango Melody. No idea what on earth I was thinking, but it happened and it was a sad day. I got it fixed though, so it's okay. Alright, now I'm just stamping the little shadow underneath our zebras to make it look like they're not really floating. Of course, that one kind of is floating a little. Let's just add another. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to move this out of the way and get that out of the way. Now let's get our Magenta Madness for the sentiments. And we're doing You Party Animal and It's Time to Celebrate. Alright, so now I'm going to put this one on this side this time. And I'll put this one on this side. There we go. That Magenta Madness is so serious and rich. I love it. Alright, now we'll set this aside for just a moment and we're going to work on the rest of our project, okay? So I've already stamped this piece, and of course I've used the Tuxedo Black, the Smoky Slate, and the Mango Melody. And I'm going to use some seal to just attach this layer to the other. Just like so. And then I'm going to put this piece on dimensionals, but I want to make sure that I'm only going on half of it because half is going to hang over. So you know the trick, I like to put my finger over where I don't want to put adhesive, just like so. And then I know I can put a dot here, one here, and one here, and I'm safe. Alright, so now we've got that ready, and we'll set that off to the side. Okay, and our card base we'll set off to the side for just a moment. And let's go ahead and layer the designer series paper that we've made using the little hats with Magenta Madness and the little stars with the Mango Melody. And they make a really cute little designer series paper. So let's just go ahead, whoops, I think I snagged it a little a second ago. There we go. Alright, very good. Remember, nice and easy with this adhesive. We don't need to push it around. It's really good and it's nice and smooth. So just go real easy with it. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this being the pull, alright, so the 2" by 6" is your pull panel. And this piece being our slider, okay? So what we want to do is, first of all, we want to use tear and tape. Because this is a moving mechanism, I really want to use tear and tape because I don't want it to come loose. And because we're working on such tight quarters, I only want to use half of the tear and tape. So make sure that you put just half of it on the edge, like so. And then do the same thing on the other side. And then when we attach it, we're actually going to fold that over. So we're not going to waste it. We're just going to fold it over. Alright, so we'll get our Take Your Pick tool. Just like that, nice and easy. Make sure that all of the edges are tucked in. You don't want any adhesive hanging over because that will snag your card, which I think is what happened with my other one here. Alright, so we'll just fold those over just like so. And then I want to push that just a little bit because I think I got less than half on the first side, so it's over just a little bit. So you can just take your fingernail and kind of press the adhesive up a tiny bit to where you want it, and then it's good. Okay, now it's easier to flip over this panel and just do it this way. So you want it to be lined up in the center, just like so. It's not a necessarily exact science here, but just like that, okay? And now that makes a little sleeve here for us to be able to slide our cardstock through. So you should be able to put the panel onto your card front, and then it slides back and forth. So you can see it's sliding, and we're good. Okay. Now, I want to take the 2 by 6" piece, and I'm going to line it up right about where I think the middle is, okay? So I want to put some designer series, or not designer series paper, oh my goodness. I want to put some tear and tape right about here. And you don't want it to go over where your piece is, so you just want to kind of, you could make a line there if you wanted to, just to make sure that you're within. And see, I should have done that. So as I'm saying that, I'm telling you that it's a good idea. It is a good idea to use a pen and mark it instead of trying to eyeball it, so that you don't waste adhesive. So there was my tip for you, first-hand experience. So what I want to do is just kind of put a line here that says, okay, I want the tape to be on the other side of that line. It's not going to show, so you don't have to worry about it. So there we go, we can put it there, and then we know that we're not going over. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pull the tear and tape off here. And then we're going to line this piece up. Now make sure that you don't have any hanging over the edges. So just kind of curl them back over themselves so that they stay. And then you want this edge to be lined up with the edge of your back panel. So let's do that, and it looks relatively centered. If you want to get more exact and get your ruler out, you're welcome to do that. Okay, now here's the really fun trick. We have our mechanism put together here, okay, and it's ready to go. What we want to do now with our panel, because we still have to adhere it, right? We're going to put some tear and tape on this edge, and just like we did with the mechanical part, we're going to go half on, half off, and this will give us just the slightest bit more wiggle room for putting our slider on there. Okay, so we're going to go just fold it over onto itself, and it's good. Make sure that it's not hanging over the edges, just like so. There you go. And then you're going to lay your slider over the top of the back piece. Now this is not any way where it's going to be glued on, but we're using this as a guide. So if you center it over the top of your panel here, you can see you want to put some tear and tape on either side of where the slider is going to go, right? Because we do still have to attach this panel to the card base so it doesn't move, but we need that slider to be able to go freely in and out this way. So we want just a little tear and tape here and a little tear and tape here. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to turn it like so, and I'm going to line it up so that it's roughly centered. And then just like I did on that side, I'm going to go half off. And on this side, half off. And I'm leaving a little gap here. I want to make it easy to slide. There we go. Just like that. Now I can get this out of the way. I can burnish that down onto my cardstock and go ahead and peel the backing and fold it over just like I did the other piece. Okay. So this really isn't hard. It's a step by step, okay? And as long as you're following the steps, then you will have no troubles whatsoever. Alright, so there we go. Okay, now the really important thing to remember is that you need to slide this on before you attach the card base to your card, or attach this card layer to your card base. Okay, so let's go over here, and we're not worried about the slider really per se at this point. All we want to do is make sure that it's not touching anything. We've got it nice and centered, and we're not worrying about any of that. And I'm seeing right now, I want to peel that back just a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Alright, now we're going to center the white panel best we can on our card base. So we're focusing right here, and then right here. And now we have this fabulous slider. See? That's great. I love it. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to bring the slider over to the edge here so that it's lined up. And then you can fold your panel just so it comes even with your middle piece there. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and give it just a little burnish. And this helps it line up with the card so that it'll fit in the envelope. Okay, now we're almost done, folks. Let's go ahead and take the backing off of our dimensionals, and we want to line it up so that one feels like it's a little bit over. We want to line it up so that it's over here, half and half. So we're just gonna do this. There we go. Like my little guy kicking up in the air. And then we have our flap that's able to be tucked. Okay? Nice and easy. Now we're not quite finished yet. I'm going to take some of the Magenta Madness ribbon, and we're going to tie it around this little piece right here. Goodness, like this. And we're going to tuck that in. There we go. This way, we're making a cute little knot right here on this panel. Alright, let me cut the ribbon there. We're almost finished, folks. It really is a pretty simple project, and it's super cute, and I love that it's something different and unique, right? It's always fun to do something a little different now and then. Of course, you can visit my website, which I'll have the link down in the description below, so that you can get the dimensions for the papers and everything again. So don't worry anything about that, okay? It'll be right there. Alright, now that I've got that done, I'm going to slide that ribbon down for just a second. And I'm going to take one of our black journaling pens. This is the 0.5 or the 0.5 width. It's a little bit of a thicker tip than the other one. And I'm just going to write pull in the center. And then I'll put an arrow on either side to indicate instructions that you want to pull the slide that way. Alright. Of course, that's not going to show because it's on the back side, so they're only going to see it when they open it. Alright, so there you have it. A beautiful little card. Now, if you wanted to, you could say open or pull here or whatever, but I'm going to leave it because I like it just like this. So there you have it. Our beautiful, fancy little slider card. Fabulous for any birthday. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm sneezing. It's seasonal allergies, I promise. Okay, alright, so there we go, friends. I hope that you liked today's project. Make sure that you visit my website, stampinchicktn.blogspot.com, for the measurements and instructions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We've got our visit going on right now, but I expect to be doing a YouTube live, yay, for the first time ever, here in just another week or so. And we're going to make it a big party, a celebration. We're going to do games and prizes, and you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you're subscribed. Alright, folks, I will have a supply list down below if you'd like to purchase any of the things I used today. And until next time, friends, I'll see you later. Bye for now.